Hi, so I'm Dion from Eflowtion, a EFT tapping practitioner and Somabreath instructor, offering both EFT tapping and Somabreath online to the world. If you're interested in an EFT tapping or Somabreath experience, then definitely book into eflowtion.com and I'll be happy to guide you. Now, when we look at the word emotion, we have energy and motion. And sometimes this energy and the motion gets stuck and we become stuck in the spot. It can lead to like apathy, depression, and even a suppression of emotion can lead to things like autoimmune conditions, because an emotion carries a strong feeling, a strong reaction, and can actually release chemicals in the body that can actually, for example, cortisol, a suppression of too much not being seen, not being heard, or not being able to healthily express anger will actually suppress, and that cortisol will start to cause inflammation and other sort of conditions in the body. So by freeing ourselves of some of these emotional burdens that we're carrying, we can then take that burden off and move through life a bit more freely. And when you look at EFT, it actually stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So we're freeing ourselves of stuck energy and motion. So that said, we're taking full responsibility for your own well-being. We'll begin to tap, and when I say something, I'll do a pause, and you just repeat what I've just said whilst we tap. Even though I'm feeling emotionally stuck, it's like the energy isn't in motion anymore. I feel weighed down by this emotional energy. I still love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though there's been this build up and build up, like a big dam of emotional energy, and it might overflow onto myself or onto others. I still love, forgive, and accept myself, even though I feel so stuck, I feel so weighed down, and I feel constricted. I still love, forgive, and accept myself. All this emotional energy, all this energy emotion, it's just not flowing. It's just not flowing freely. It's become stuck. Stuck somewhere in my body, or somewhere in my belief system. And there's things I want to do in my life, but it feels like I'm weighed down. Weighed down by this burden that I've been carrying around for so long. And when I look at times in my life where I've been freed of this burden, of all this stress, I've flowed a bit more freely through life. And I've been more happier. And others around me have been more happier. And was there any difference in my physicality? There may have been. Or was my belief system different? And have I been carrying some negative belief systems? Some negative belief systems about myself. And these negative belief systems have been slowly adding up It's like a backpack full of rocks. And each experience I have in life, each negative experience, seems to be an extra burden that I have to carry. And all this carrying of this load, this emotional burden, starts to wear me down. And I start to feel burned out. I feel I just don't have the energy anymore. And my belief system becomes negative. And all the things that I wanted to achieve starts to become a dim light. And this environment and this world adds to my backpack of negative belief systems. It's like I'm carrying the weight of the world. And there might be people in my life that like to add to that, or say that it's okay to carry that load. And even though it sounds okay, I still might be moving at the same weary pace. I just have a bit of company with me. And even though I might be feeling miserable, it's good to have company. Or is this just a belief system that I'm carrying? Because if I look at times in my life where I have been happy, my belief system has been positive, and even though there's been stress in life, I've been able to navigate through it. But sometimes when I get overwhelmed with emotions, overwhelmed with stress, it's hard to think with a headache, or a body ache, or if my emotions have become negative, it's hard to see the positive. And if people want me to tune into the negative and dwell in the negative, is it actually positive for me in the end? So I might free myself of some of this emotional burden. I might be aware of how it happened, but I'm going to free myself of this emotional burden. I'm shedding the load of this emotional burden. I don't need to carry the stress of the world. I don't need to carry my own internal stress, because it doesn't serve me by carrying this weight. And by freeing myself of this weight, I now have new energy within me that's always been there. It's just been waiting for me to listen and say, hey, I deserve these things in my life. And I'm going to tune into that passion. And I'm going to tune into that level of vibrational energy and say, I deserve these challenges. I deserve more in life by freeing my emotional burdens. I'm freeing the fear that I feel. when I look at the world, and when I look at myself. I'm freeing the stress that I feel of not being enough or believing I'm not enough. I'm freeing other people's beliefs about me. Because if they want me to stay where I am, then that's not good company to keep. I'm moving forward in life. I'm having the energy that's always been within me. And I'm giving myself the self-belief that I am enough. I'm freeing myself of this stress. I'm freeing myself of these constrictions. I'm freeing myself of these restrictions I've put upon myself. So I can move freely again. And my energy and motion can move freely again. And my emotions can be happy again. And all those thoughts that I have, all those desires I have, now have the positive energy and the positive intention of what I want in life. Because I deserve these challenges in body, mind, and spirit. Taking a deep breath in. So sometimes we have an abundance of energy even when we're completely zonked. It's just that when the body is in a constricted state, things don't flow more freely, and sometimes we want to not look inward to see whether those constrictions are. But when we do look inward and see, I've got like tenseness, I've got these belief systems that are holding me back, we can then go forward through life. And when we learn things about ourselves, we can actually rise to other challenges in our life. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion. Once again, I offer EFT tapping and Soma breath online. Check out eflowtion.com, and if you're interested in getting your life in a forward motion again, then I'm more than happy to help free any emotional blocks that are standing in your way. So have a positive day, and I'll see you in the next EFT tapping video.